Dang it. What's up, MSFers? It's Monday. It's kind of a holiday for some people. I know my kids are home today. Some schools are closed. I had to take the day off of work, unfortunately. Unfortunately, right? I've been doing some recording this morning, and so my studio is a mess. I'm super scattered all over the place. I had some very technical shots that I had to film, and so I turned off the channel points today because a lot of things are not going to be working right. I have to record 2 defense up videos today, and then I kind of wanted to talk about the trophies that's being talked about. I know Dorky talked about it at length on his stream this morning, and I kind of wanted to see if anybody's feedback has changed on that one just yet. So that's kind of going to be it. It's Crucible trophies and some defense up recording. Why did my music stop? Oh, screw you, Discord. Discord tries to ruin all my fun. Okay. I am in the voice channel already for those content creators who want to jump in there and get an early start talking about this, because we'll probably get in on the defense up early, and I kind of want to hear from the content creators talking about the trophy points in Crucible as well. All right, let's start at the top. What's up, Blake? What's up, Ahmed Alcott? What's up, Lane of Death? What's up, Casey Wymie? What's up, Zero? What's up, Vral? What's up, Welsh? What's up, Doolum? What's up, Lord Richter? What's up, Wonderful D? What's up, Elder? What's up, Steven? And what's up, the Shane West? How's everybody doing today? And it sounds like I got somebody in voice here already, huh? Is that Doolum?
Yep.
Awesome.
Somebody.
Bring down the music here. And Doolum, I got done recording your scenes today, and they were by far the most technical scenes I've had to record in a long time. You fucked up my studio, bro.
Scenes as in plural? There's more than one?
Oh yeah, I got, let's see, 13 different clips. I don't know if I'll use all of them. I like to generate a lot of content and then work with it later in the editing, but it was tough. And honestly, I think your pieces of the video are gonna be the funniest. I'm so happy with how they turned out.
Wait.
It took a lot of work though. It was all morning on just you. So, what's up, Cleaning Agent? Fet's Vengeance? Blame Doolum for everything day. That's right. I was blaming him for stuff in Dorky's stream. What's up, Shmoo? How you doing? Okay, so as I click on some of my red dots and do some things I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, that one's done.
Share your stream when you get a second.
Okay. So when did you hear about the apocalyptic bad news that is an ever-shrinking pool of players at the top end of Crucible? Let me back up for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Earlier today, or actually it was last night, Juicy put out a video. There was a Reddit post, and Mobile covered it a little bit because he talked with Juicy on his video. And basically, they are dropping us down more trophies than what we gain in a season. Now, this recent season is a little different because we're not dropping down. And we're supposed to be dropping down 1 tier. Like if you were in Masters 2, you drop down to Masters 1. If you were in Masters 1, you drop down to Plat 3. But the amount of trophies you lose on that drop is more than you gain back at a 50-50 ratio, win-loss ratio, which is what you should be operating at once you hit that point where you can't go any further. And what that is causing is at the upper tiers of Crucible, Grandmasters, Masters, and Platinum, there's an ever-shrinking pool of players. So instead of having 1,000 players in Masters, we're down to like 300 or something. I don't remember what the numbers are. And 95, 97% of the player base is in Gold 3 and on down, which means we're getting less rewards, even though we're competing against the same challenges, I think. Anyway, did I sum that up right, Doolum?
Yeah, that was pretty solid, yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been listening to it all night and all morning. So anyway, what do you think about the situation? Are you going to quit playing Marvel Strike Force forever?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Me neither.
No.
Honestly, I'm not really all that upset about it, but...
It depends on what they want, right? Like, it depends how many people, because they obviously control the economy, they control the rewards going out, and the amount of people in Grandmasters and the amount of people in Masters is an economy thing, right? Because it's how many rewards people are getting. So it depends on what numbers they want to see in what brackets. Right. I just want them to say, hey, we want only the top 5, top 10 in Grandmasters. That's our goal. Okay, cool. Just say that. We want Masters to be top 250 at most. Awesome. Okay, cool. Just say that. But I think the problem where the issue is coming is it's not status quo because it's been changing. Whether Scopely's been trying to change it or not, but it's been changing for the past, 5 seasons, 6 seasons that CC's been around. So the status quo is not the status quo. That's why people are freaking out.
Yeah, and I asked in the server if we could get a response on this, and they're on vacation. Of course, anytime something interesting or negative happens, they're never around to give us the official word on what's going. It may be that they want to shrink those pools at the top to provide less and less resources into the economy as a whole. Or it could be they don't know what the hell they're doing, and that's highly likely, knowing Scopely.
And if they do get to their desired result, then they're still going to have to make a change, because if not, it's going to keep shrinking if they don't make a change to how the trophies payout work or how the reset works. Because one of them has to change. You either have to get more trophies to counteract how strong the reset is, or the strength of the reset has to change to cater to the trophies not changing.
Right.
One or the other has to happen, or it's going to get to a point where no one's going to be in Grandmasters because everybody's going to slowly get trickled out of it, and it's going to be Zubin and Evdog, and that's it.
Yeah. Juicy says, it's a simple ratio problem. They are pulling more ratings from the player base than they are allowing for you to earn in a season, so the result is everyone is slowly being pushed down to lower leagues. Confused we do not drop down end of season per older blog because there is not shift drop. This is way rewards payout changed and they did not reflect this. We're not dropping at the end of this season, right? Is that what I heard?
No, correct. Okay. We are not.
So that'll make up for a little bit of it, right? We'll have 2 seasons of gaining without losing anything, right?
It'll be essentially like having one season 5, because it'll be, let's say it's the same length as 14 weeks of season 5. We have 6 weeks here. Say season 7 is 8 weeks, then it's just like another season. It's just like a normal longer season that we had. Mm-hmm. So it would still have the same problem. It's just not getting expedited by the shorter seasons. It's still the same problem though.
What's up, Nutmutt? Glad you could make it, buddy. Love that name. National middle of March week holiday already. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the schools are closed today, Steven. I don't know why. We just got off spring break and they took another day off on Monday. I don't know what's up with that. So if they extend the seasons, and I do not want them to extend the seasons. I like shorter seasons, keeping those rules fresh and changing it up more often. But if they extend the seasons to 16, 17, X amount of weeks, wouldn't that give you the ability to gain enough to overcome the drop?
It could, but it's still an issue of you're limited by the amount of attacks you can do per week, right? It's not like League of Legends or something where you can grind a ranked match. You can do 12 matches a day for 6 days a week to get a bunch of points, right? So the issue is that you don't get enough trophies to counteract the reset. So I think what I've wanted to have happen is for the first week is obviously the first week you're going to get the worst amount of rewards, right? Because that's the week that everybody got dropped. So for that week, for just the first week, if you beat somebody, you get double the trophies that the other person lost, because the trophies need to get put back into the economy, because they're getting taken away, but they're not getting put back into the economy. So the trophy economy, quote unquote, in Crucible is getting destroyed because the Grandmasters are ending at 2200, and then all those 170 trophies that they're above 2050, those go away. They're not getting injected back into the economy, so that's why the top brackets are falling so far behind.
Getting smaller and smaller, that's right.
Correct. Because the amount of trophies in the economy keeps getting smaller and smaller every time they do a reset.
Well, yeah, Benny. I don't know. Maybe Doolam's working on his microphone, Benny. I'm not really sure. I hope he's not working on his microphone. I told him if he ever changed his microphone, I would unsub because it's iconic at this point.
I'm driving.
Oh, okay. He's driving. That's right. He's coming home from work or whatever. Yeah. It's bad regular person math, but completely normal Scopely math. Yeah. Are they ever going to run another 32 tourney? That was cool. I really hope they do, Shane West. And if I believe they're trying to get an Envoy tourney going, right? I opted out of this, and I haven't been following it. I don't know if they're doing it or not. Do you know anything about the Envoy tourney, or if that's a thing that's going to happen or anything? Did I just break NDA? I don't know.
No, like we're testing things right now internally, but they have made allusions to wanting to try to do like a tournament of streamers.
Which would be fantastic. It would be really cool. But if they can't get the test server to work, how the hell are they going to group all of us into one tournament on a live server or whatever? So I don't know. Hey, Updog, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm good. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on the ever-shrinking pools of players at the top end of Crucible?
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, I'll say this. I was actually relieved to find this out. I was very, very disheartened because of how freaking hard it was for me to get back into Masters. Because I originally, back in season 2 and 3 and 4 or whatever, earlier seasons, I got into Masters without even requiring the help of anybody else. Like, I just bumbled my way into Masters, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I hung out there for a few rounds and got knocked out and got back in and everything. And then I went through a period where I didn't really play that hard, and Taco Shooter challenged me to get back into Masters. I was like, okay, it should be pretty easy. And then with the help of every Crucible genius in Marvel Strike Force, you guys could not push my dumb ass back into Masters. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Come to find out, it's just that much harder to get there because you're losing so many and so few people are up in there.
Yeah.
So,
I was feeling really bad about myself because I haven't been able to get back into Masters. Now we have a diagnosis.
Yeah.
I dropped out of Masters this week.
Did Taco stop playing Crucible? I didn't know that. Well, Taco's has a whole bunch of IRL stuff going on. He's real busy right now. That's why his stream schedule's off. That's why there hasn't been happy hour every weekend and stuff. I'm curious, Updog, did you have a similar experience to me? Did you think that you were just, for some reason, losing your skills at Crucible?
No, it's been just bigger punch-ups, honestly. And I think I got into Masters about the same time you did.
Yeah.
And haven't been back since either. I got close towards the end of last season, but I think I was maybe, 2 or 3 wins away, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm close. I'm close to Diamond 3 now again, but hopefully this, not dropping for Season 7 actually happens, because in that blog it did say subject to change. So we'll see.
Do you guys remember roughly where you were on the leaderboard when you were gotten to Masters back then? Like, if you had a guesstimate?
Are you talking to me or Jewel or Updog?
Both of you, either of you.
Go ahead, Updog.
But not me.
I don't think
Of them.
I was actually paying attention to the actual ranking back then as much. So yeah, I don't remember.
Okay.
Well, I neither pay attention nor remember, so it's useless to ask me.
Yeah, that's fair. Benny, do you have any evidence of that?
Evidence of what?
Of, if you were in Masters in Season 2 or Season 3 and know what roughly rank you were at on the leaderboard?
I think I was probably around where I am now, which is 400 to 600 range.
Okay.
So when you guys brought that up, it gave me a lot of perspective and made me realize, I'm in the same place. I just am getting paid less because of inflation.
Right. That's literally what it is. You're literally in the same place on the leaderboard. It's just you're getting worse league rewards, which if they want to control the economy that way, that's fine. But at least tell us your intent on this is what we are looking for the end goal, and it's going to equal.
I genuinely think that they don't know this is happening, right? And by the way, I think Purple Sticky hit it on the head. It's definitely a long play just to make me look incompetent, and they're trying way too damn hard. They're just bad at planning. Yeah, Dulam's driving, so his audio cuts in and out. We've experienced this many times before.
Actually, Dulam and I and Mongolia were talking this morning about how Scopely has really great plans, but their implementation, delivering on those plans, is like the worst way possible.
Yeah.
I think they made it clear time and time again. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Unfortunately. But if they do know what they're doing, now that the player base understands what's going on, they definitely need to get out and say something about this and be like, yes, this is our intent, or no, we didn't realize this was happening, and oops, our bad. Compensation incoming. I don't know, but I'd like for them to come out and give us something, but unfortunately they're on vacation right now, so that's not going to happen. Casey Winey, is it that bad in gold? Are you punching up a lot in gold also? Because I'm having huge punch-ups. I just thought it was because, I just hit level 99 commander level today, and that's because I started farming again. I was so frustrated in Crucible, going up against 100 level players who are now putting Gear 19 pieces on tunes, and it's no fun. You just can't beat it with the known counters. And so I started farming again, but that's what I thought it was before, was that we were in the middle of a level cap and gear cap increase.
You're facing Gear 19 characters?
No, but I've seen in other people's that there's characters coming out with Gear 19 on it. Not me. I'm not in Masters anymore because I can't get there because there's only 5 people allowed in the door.
I think it's compounding. I think it's the diamonds on top of the level 100 on top of this issue is making it feel way worse than it actually is because all 3 of them are happening simultaneously. I think that's also a problem.
Yeah, Juicy's got a point. If this was intentional, they intentionally wanted to nerf the rewards for the player base, and that's not cool.
And that's why it makes it feel like it's not intentional because they just buffed the rewards. So I feel like they wouldn't have buffed them as hard as they would, as hard as they did, if this was their intent. Unless this was the smoking gun of here's all your extra rewards, now get screwed. Only 3 of you can get them.
It's a red herring.
I think it's them pretending that they buffed the rewards, but pinching us. You know the logic of if they give us compensation, it comes out of a future payout from an event.
Right, from the budget.
I think they're acting like they gave us bigger rewards, but they're not actually giving it to us.
I feel like we're giving Scopely way too much credit for trying to play this 4D chess. We're going to give him more rewards, but then we're going to slowly suck the rewards away from him for the last 2 years from Cosmic Crucible ranking issues.
Right. Never underestimate the power of incompetence. And I do believe they just don't know that this is happening. They probably started, they're dropping players to churn the competition a little bit. I don't know how it churns the competition when everybody's dropping 1 tier, but whatever. Somebody will have to explain that to me. But they probably just, as they're tinkering with things, they just didn't realize that we weren't getting in that many attacks anymore and that there's more being taken than put back.
If they're going to keep they should keep a reset because that's how ranked games work. It needs to be a flat amount. It can't be, you go from Masters 2 down to Masters 1 plus you're 1 loss away from a relegation. Because some people are losing 170 points and some people are losing 60 points. It's so much difference, and I get it. They want to make it so there's 4 people at a base level of 18, 20 or whatever it is because then your opponents are going to change and stuff like that. I don't want that. I like seeing the same people in my bracket because it's fun, because I have rivalries with them, because I'm an idiot. I like seeing Dino for the 8th time this CC, and I'm like, we're 2-2. Who's going to be 3-2 after this? It's fun. And we'll send each other contacts, we'll talk with each other, and we make it more of a fun game because we're competitive with our friends.
Yeah, the rivalry thing is definitely, I really like that aspect too.
Mm-hmm.
But but when they reset the seasons, it seems like the matchmaking is just so out of whack for me anyway. That it takes a few weeks to actually like get kind of smoothed out, you know.
Yep. Well, imagine.
I don't think the matchmaking is such an issue. I think that we're just experiencing players who we're just, we're pushing to the top of wherever we can get, regardless of the trophies. We're all pushing up, and we're playing against tougher and tougher opponents, so you're punching up more, I've never seen the punch-ups that I'm doing now, and I'm not really enjoying it, but that's how it goes when you're successful.
So he's saying the punch-ups are more considerable right after the reset, before the
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
so the top of Masters 1 is 1949. 1950 is the start of Masters 2, right? So if somebody, like, say player X has 1949, player Y has 1870, and they're about to be relegated, when the new season starts, they're both starting at 1820. And the difference between somebody at 1870 and 1949 is a lot, because that is the breaking point between when offenders really become good and it's really good people are up there just about to break into Masters 2 compared to the bottom of Masters 1.
Right. Yeah, Purple Sticky, I'm coming off of a 0-3 week, so I throw around the term success pretty loosely. So.
Yeah, after about 3 weeks after the reset, after a new season starts, then I don't have any problem with the matchmaking. It's just those first few weeks when everybody, and that's why we were talking about, when everybody gets reset to the same level, then it's all out of whack,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. What did you do wrong, Jason?
Oh, no.
The list could be endless with this guy. I'm not seeing as many 100 million TCP accounts the last couple of weeks. I think the slackers that decided the diamond orbs were worth trying for have finally started to move up. And now if you want those diamonds, man, you really have to push, because there's fewer people receiving those.
Yep.
Yeah, but the rewards are crappier.
Yeah.
Because it's only one orb a week. At least last season, even though we got 7 reds in there, we got to open more, so it felt like it was more rewarding.
Well, we also got the silver diamond credits for every 7 red we got. So even if we got 4 7 reds, we still got 20 silver diamond credits. So there's something there. So I feel like they should have kept the diamond dawn orbs and just added the regular diamond orbs into the higher brackets to get both. So it would have actually felt like an increase.
Oh, Jason Games is taking Punisher to G16. That's okay. If you're having fun, Jason, you're playing the game right. What is this for? I never know. Trying to get through some of this stuff. I didn't even do my morning play. Oh my god, I'm so far behind.
I'm the happiest that this weekend, after this weekend, no one's talked for the bang for your buck thing. That's finally ended. Thank God.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was over that days before that was over.
I'm so glad that's done.
Speaking of things that you guys haven't been talking about, the Legacy Reel. If you guys haven't done it, go check it out. This is something that Scopely put a lot of effort into, and it's really cool, and it may not be cool for you, but I would like to entice them to continue doing new stuff, because that is something completely new to Marvel Strike Force. I haven't seen anything like that in the games that I'm playing. I'm sure other games have a feature like it. But go check it out, put your PID number in there, show them that you're using it, because I want them to try other stuff like that also.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing the data they were able to pull from that.
I was a little interested, right? It kind of shows what kind of metrics they're looking at to a degree. I'm sure they're looking at a lot of other metrics, but that was kind of neat.
Which makes me excited for the Alliance leadership stuff that they're working on for this year too. So
yeah, I think recruitment is going to get a lot easier soon. Well, at least a little easier anyway.
Yeah.
You think watching others on a reel as stream is a great idea? I thought it was pretty cool. I thought mine was kind of boring because I lived through the Black Order era. So like my most used character was Thanos, and I was like, really? Because COVID made me use them 5 times a day for a year straight. Really?
Mine was Minerva and Thanos, my top 2.
Oh, really?
That's funny.
Yeah, I could tell there was a little BKT flavor going on in mine as well. Yeah.
And then my other 3 were Symbiote, Spider-Man, Carnage, and Venom.
Yep.
Symbiote, Spider-Man, Carnage, and Venom. Wow, big fan of the Symbiote teams. Hey, remember guys, don't be spending all of your energy. There's a whole bunch of events starting up today. You want to save raid energy, you want to save everything, so I probably overspend my raid energy, but that's okay.
Wait, really? There's a raid event?
I think there's a raid event. Well, you got Updog in here. Ask him. Here, hold on. It's, oh no, it's not raids. I'm sorry. Here.
Oh.
It's campaigned energy using arch enemies, battle in war, rank high in arena. Although I hear whether you're top 50 or top 500, that's not a big deal. Spend incursion energy and blitz 1 rotation a day. And you should have it.
Yeah.
That's coming from Updog on the Stormwatch. If you guys are not following that infographic, you should. It is the #1 infographic in Marvel Strike Force, in my opinion. Updog, if you have a link, you can throw it up there in chat for people who don't already have it.
Once I get back to the office, I will.
Scopely strategically removed Run from Masters for giving the community incorrect information. Purple's thinking I'm like a free win for people in Masters. You guys should be happy to have me up there. What am I doing? 1 more of this incursion energy. I don't want to spend too much of it, so we're just going to do a couple like that. That way I don't... Oh, I probably could have left it. I wasn't capped in the next couple hours anyway. Oh, well.
You're min-maxing an event that you could be done with on day 1.
Oh, okay.
Just save your dailies, new pass.
I did finish the pass. Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Sorry.
I thought I had to... I was collecting because I didn't think I had 75, but I did, so...
You're good.
Dorky has officially dove.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Juicy seems to think that Dorky isn't understanding the problem in Crucible. I don't know. He was trying to defend it for some reason, and it seems pretty cut and dry to me. The Reddit post was confusing to read, but then I watched the Juicy video with Mobile, and I was like, oh, that's it. Okay, yeah, they're just taking away more trophies than you can earn back. That's all.
He's not understanding the issue because the issue doesn't affect him that much because he's in Grandmasters with the account that he cares about.
Well, yeah, but he's got the new player account. Maybe he'll figure it out doing that. I don't know. Maybe he isn't playing Crucible in that account. Oh, has he unlocked Crucible in his baby account yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in like a gold 1 or something.
Yeah. I'm curious when they get done with the A/B testing, Mobile wants to start up a new player account, and I'm curious to follow his experience when he goes through the new player account. I like it when the content creators do a new account. I think it's interesting to watch them go back and go, oh, wow, this is easier, this is harder, I didn't expect this.
I thought about it because somebody said that they were in the game for like 2 months with one of the boosted accounts and they were already level 90. And I'm like, what? You were level 90?
After 2 months?
2 months, level 90. 64 days, level 90.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dorky's new alliance is as well, I believe.
Uh-oh, a summoned boomer. It's based off the top score, and as the top score runs away from us, we all get lower rewards. Yes, exactly. Mobile, if you want to jump into the content creator voice channel in my lobby, you can get in here and talk with us about it if you want. It's always open to content creators. I don't know if I gave you the permission or not, but you can jump in the voice lobby and I'll drag you in if I haven't given you the permission yet. All right, well, that appears to be it. I'll do 1 arena attack, and then we'll get started doing the defense up. I'm not too chatty right now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's definitely.
How you guys doing on raids, man?
On raids? I don't know.
Yeah,
Doom, are we top? Are we like a top? Are we a top 1 alliance in raids? I don't think so. I think we're like a top 1,000.
A top 1? No, we don't have invaders at 3.6 million. No,
That's
we're not
obviously
animals.
sarcasm. God. Top
Are you
1.
2.3 though?
We're like at like 180-ish, I think.
Oh, we're at top 200? Oh, okay.
I think we were like 160, I think, recently, and we're just doing 2.3 all the way up past bio, and then we're not touching skill because we're not animals.
Okay.
Hey, how do I beat the Hella defense? I've been mashing my head. I've got all the other ones down, but I haven't figured out the Hella one yet. I come really close, but never quite.
Bring
I've seen that before.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Give me
Okay.
a sec. I'll look at my notes.
You want to have some fun? You could do it like a Cosmic Crucible counter to it. Just do like APOC, Eternals, and then Emma and a Freeton on the side, and just let it roll.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Let's try that.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, hit back again. Let me see what the full team was. Sorry.
Robbie Black Cat.
Yeah, just do APOC, Eternals, Emma, Cable, and then you'll
Emma's
go for
gonna
them.
help you. Apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
prevents-
Emma won't help you, but do Kang and Cable then. Eternals,
Kang
APOC, Kang, Cable.
Kang passive will kill the summon.
It'll respawn though.
Oh yeah, you're right. But it'll rewind you.
True.
Will
That
it
is true.
What's the rewind on a Greg kill? I don't remember.
10%.
10%.
And that's going to nullify the Kang then. Is there a point in bringing him?
Or you
Kang.
can bring Archangel instead of Cable.
Okay.
That's true. You can just bring Archangel and make it.
No,
Yeah.
bring Kang, but not.
Bring Kang, but not Cable.
Oh, Archangel instead of Cable. Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Now the rewind nullifies itself.
Oh, Archangel not getting the love these days. Got to scroll way down there. And then the Eternals.
And then Black Cat should go first, but Black Cat's first turn will be resisted because of the APOC passive.
He can take the hits better. That looks pretty good. Let's give this a try and see what happens. Not telling you how to beat my Hella defense. Yeah, Lord Richter, I'm studying for you specifically. Now, Lord Richter's Hella defense is about as big as it gets. He's usually sitting at number 1 with that. And a lot of times, I just can't force my way through it. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. This ignores defense up, so I should use the special. And ultimate here, or should I special for...
You can ult.
How did I remove the taunt? That must be a small... No? That's...
No, past 50%, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alt Black
You
Cat.
could probably just
Yeah,
kill
I'm
the
doing
Black
Black
Cat.
Cat. See if I can't get rid of the... it got rid of most of them, which is pretty good.
And now you ult.
Oh boy.
Well, that did some good there. It did some pretty good. We'll see what we can do now.
And then you get a bunch of rewinds from the Archangel.
Okay, and I'm going to put this here. Oh, there. Okay, there's the vulnerable. I was like, he resisted that? Oh, man. Okay, alt here. I don't think that's going to kill him. No, not quite, but this will for sure. And then we'll just throw this on auto. That should do it. Hey, all right, that worked. I don't know if that's going to work against Lord Richter's.
probably should.
I'm not sure if any of my tunes could kill his Greg. Like, that's how big his teams are getting right now. It's pretty bad. So we'll see when I get back up to number 1 if I can make something like that work.
He's got the Super Greg from DD6.
Yeah, I think so. I have never thought to go back to Eternals in Arena. That's why I love this Arena meta. There is such a healthy variety of things going on, at least in my shard. I'm absolutely loving Arena. It is currently my favorite game mode right now.
Yeah. Someone tried to tell me how it's stupid how Vulture, Craven, and Green Goblin Classic found their way into the Arena meta. I said, no, that's the healthiest Arena meta we've had since this game came out.
It's absolutely fantastic, yeah.
There's nothing better than that, because when you used to throw like Uncanny and Phoenix and Magneto and all this stuff, that's when Arena was fun and people were theory crafting.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Because those are the people who didn't live through the Infinity Watch versus Infinity Watch pillow fights for 4 minutes and 58 seconds.
Yeah, those are the worst. Black Order was pretty bad, but Infinity Watch was worse.
And with the Black Order and Infinity Watch, that was a total of like almost a year worth of an arena, wasn't it?
Well, you know what?
Black Order was almost a year by itself.
Oh, true.
I actually thought that the Infinity Watch was better than the Black Order personally, because with Black Order, well, I guess at the end it was kind of the same. I guess with Black Order, it took me a while to figure out exact way to make it work like 100% of the time. But in the end, I did figure it out. Infinity Watch, I just figured it out earlier, and it was kind of like, okay, I just do this, and like you have like a 98% success rate as long as you're, and everybody's Infinity Watch and everybody's Black Orders were as big as everybody else's because they were around for so long.
Wasn't Black Order, wasn't it just snap second, and that was the way to win?
That was one way to win, but that didn't always happen. I guess there was a way you could target like Proxima Midnight first, and I don't remember, it's been so long, but yeah, whoever went second definitely had the advantage, but you could win if you snapped first anyways.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't play that meta. That's when I first started playing the game. They were in the meta, so I never played that.
Oh, it was ugly, man. Jumpy McSpasm has been banned from the channel. How's that?
Well, okay then.
Oh, I see. I don't think I think Jumpy McSpasm wrote that in italics, right? Like, he hasn't actually been banned, has he? Please don't ban Jumpy. I love kicking the shit out of his arena defense. He's another one up there with Lord Richter, too. Okay, so this is... Whose are we doing? I believe this is Lynx. This is Lynx defense, and Link is 53, almost 54 million TCP, operating in Platinum 3. And, yeah, they wrote me a novel of all kinds of stuff they wanted to talk about, and we're just going to figure out if their defense is good enough or not. Ban everyone, says TLC. I don't ban many people. I don't know. My mods ban people, I guess. I don't think I've ever actively banned anybody.
I think I've banned one person in anybody's chat ever.
I don't know, for donations or subs, man, I'll ban anybody you want me to. I got a price, I'll pay it. But the ban only lasts one day. I'll let them back in the next day. Just understand that. You're buying a one-day ban for somebody.
I don't even know how to ban people.
Purple Sticky says you should start. It's therapeutic. Purple Sticky just bans a few people every day. How much to ban Duelim, or is that free? I believe the going rate is 5 gifted subs to ban someone. But just remember, Duelim's in Discord watching my screen anyways, so banning him from the chat isn't going to do a whole lot of good today. All right. Let's take a look at this. We have the Extreme X-Men with Gambit Rogue, Forge. It's nothing too exciting. All Raiders and a healer, not a big deal. So there's only like 20 people in your chat. Usually you can you really afford to ban people? Thanks, TLC. Thanks for all letting me know the number count.
Would say to me.
I have no idea how many people are in my chat at any given time anymore. I'm done watching the metrics. Let's see. Oh, did we get a follow? Thank you for the follow, Lynxwire. Lynxwire, is this your defense that we're going? Are you Lynx? Or are we going over your defense? If so, you can come jump into the voice channel. All right, so I think this is fine. We've got diamonds on the right characters, although Cyclops probably doesn't need the diamond investment. Lynxwire, if you go to Discord and go to my Discord channel, you'll find the voice lobby. Jump in there, and we will drag you into the content creator channel. You can't see the content creator channel, but we can see you in the voice lobby, and we'll drag you in. If you want to be in voice, otherwise you can just sit and watch.
Cyclops passive smacks.
Right, the passive, but he doesn't require diamonds for that. But that's okay. Hopefully this was a pull and not a purchase. But either way...
It was from the raid rewards.
The raids.
Oh, the raid rewards?
The raid rewards? Yeah.
Did I get those too? I don't remember.
You got 1 diamond, yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is okay. I don't have a problem with this. We may come back to it and see if we can make this fit better into a broader picture for the entire defense.
What's the ISO on Rogue? Is it?
It's a Raider.
Raider?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, am I in the way? It's a Raider. And then, sorry, my microphone's in weird places. I told you guys I was recording Duelim's scenes and I had to move my microphone around a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Dude, it's so funny. Just thinking about the scene cracks me up. It's gonna be so good. All right, so Secret Defenders Noir. This is fine. Again, this is a little bit of an older one. We're putting it in Mystic Healthcare, and they gain some benefit from it. It's usually going to be beaten by the New Warriors. It's a really big team. 3 Diamond Robbie. That's really nice there. I think it's a safe bet to go ahead and invest in Noir a little bit more if you want to keep running this defense. If not, if we want to change it to something else, then whatever. Noir just comes in here and removes the evades, but you've already got Noir built up big enough that maybe you want to invest in him for other purposes. But we'll come back to this again. We're just kind of skimming through. Infinity Watch in 3, please don't put me to sleep. And then we have the full Out of Time team in 4. We could talk about this. I don't think the full Out of Time team in Crucible is as good as a Black Knight composition with other stuff and then utilizing the Out of Time team pieces elsewhere. I think it's better to split this up.
The problem with this is Darnak and Ghost Rider are too low, so Hive Mind's going to feed off of this really quick. So a full Hive Mind will feed off of this and just get both of them low, and then the turn meter's going to roll, and then it's over.
Yeah, I think there's better ways to go about this. So that's probably going to be our biggest change right there. And that way I can put a big bold title on the video that says, don't use Out of Time in Crucible. Catch people's attention, right? Darkhold 5-piece in 5, treating it like a blank room.
3 Diamond Agatha, yike.
Right.
Nice.
Right?
Also, the placement's terrible.
58 million TCP. He's got crazy investment in certain characters for 58 million TCP. You know, I don't have diamonds like this on some of my characters.
The placement's not good. You got to move Agatha to the corner and Morgan next to Agatha.
Yep, absolutely. So that's a thing. And then finally we have Asgardians in 6. You know, if you want to run Asgardians in 6, this is a good-looking version of it. Raider, Striker. I don't know, Beta Ray Bill is a Striker? Shouldn't he be Raider? Yeah, I think he's Raider. Yeah. Overall, it's not really bad. I think the biggest problem we have is 4, right?
No.
What if we dismantle 1 and we do the Extreme Black Knight in 4?
What are you going to do in 1?
That's the question. Yeah, what are we going to do in 1? I don't know.
I've been liking the little like Gamma Quicksilver hybrid. Just a bunch of people in one that I've had. It's been doing well. People either underestimate it or throw superior 6 at it. Either or, I'm completely fine.
And you know what? I bet you could take maybe Captain America Peggy, throw them in with Gamma. Would that change things at all? Putting another taunt in there? I don't know.
Peggy doesn't taunt. I have regular Cap America with my Room 1 mishmash, actually. Because then the blocks can mess up with New Warriors going into it.
You say that again. You have Peggy where?
I have Cap A in my mystery room, in like the Room 1 with like Hulk, Red Hulk, and then Cap A, Quicksilver, and Omega Red.
Oh, okay, Cap A. And Peggy, Peggy doesn't do anything outside of war for anybody really, other than, I think she still revives Captain America, but that's because he's Rebirth also, right?
Peggy's on the bench.
Yeah, okay, Peggy's on the bench. So we could drop the Out of Time team, keep Black Knight, throw in the Extreme over here. We'll take Captain America, add him to Gamma in 1. Does that sound like something that would maybe be better than this?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, the Extreme BK is going to work well for him because he's got a massive BK. He's got a 1 Diamond Black Knight.
Right.
So... And the problem is now it's going to start getting one-shot because you throw in Iron Patriot with MOE and then all villains do 50% more damage. So Kang is going to delete pretty much every single Black Knight on the field unless they're Beta Ray Bills. So, because Iron Patriot puts out the vulnerable right away, he gives 50% damage to villains. Titania hits on their Black Knight, puts another vulnerable out there, and then Kang hits into it with the offense up and the 50% extra damage, so he's got a double offense up essentially. He ignores defense up with his special. He's pretty much killing that Black Knight right off rip.
So what are you telling me then? You want to just leave the out of time team here and do the extreme someplace else?
No, the out of time team in 4 is still terrible.
Okay.
I think at that level, the out of time team can still lose to Pegasus, honestly.
Even with a Black Knight that big? I'm just trying to figure out, like, if we're going to put a whole bunch of stuff in 4 and it's still going to get one shot, what's the point? We might as well have 2 semi-tough teams. So this team gets one shot and then they don't have as much for this team.
Yep, that's also if somebody has Iron Patriot to one-shot it. And it doesn't always hinge on just Iron Patriot, but it depends if somebody has Iron Patriot to one-shot it too. That's also a factor.
Well, remember, 97% of the player base is now operating below Plat 3, so
That's true.
they might have it. I don't know. I don't know. I have trouble actually removing this. If okay, here's what we should say. Let's do Extreme Black Knight in 4 right now, and if Lynx starts seeing the team being deleted by Cabal, then we break it back up.
I don't. Yeah, that's a good idea, honestly.
I mean, because the idea is we're trying to make a really tough room 4 that they have to sack. That's the idea, right? Is what we want. Extreme Black Knight. It's almost because people are trying to do APOC Mo into it. I tried that and I just didn't have the power to overcome it. This is a pretty damn big Black Knight, and so especially as a fortifier, and so I think I don't know. I think that might be the way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
For right now, I think we should do that. We'll go Extreme Black Knight in 4. We'll go Gamma Cap in 1. We're gonna leave this the same. We can talk about. I better not talk about Noir. We'll just leave it as is. It's pretty good. I think the placement's great on this, and then this one's fine. We're gonna break this apart. This one's okay, but we got to change the placement. I like the ISOs otherwise. Well, healer on Scarlet Witch? Really? Is that what we're doing?
Some people do that.
On the Gamma in 1 with Captain America, do you think that we should go Quicksilver, Captain America, and 3 Gamma members?
So what I have is I do Red Hulk, Green Hulk, Quicksilver, Omega Red, and Cap. Cap's the only defensive character, and then you have, 3 different annoying people to deal with, because Omega Red, if he gets to his ult and he's below 50% health, he's a skirmisher, so he'll get the extra damage. Quicksilver is always annoying, and if he's below, he's going to do a lot of damage. And then Red Hulk, if you let him ult and he's below 50%, he's going to delete. And then Hulk's just there for another taunt with Cap. So they bounce back and forth, and then Cap gives deflex, so New Warriors doesn't do the best there.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is your Agatha skirmisher? He's in chat, right?
Yeah, Link's in chat.
Why is your Agatha skirmisher?
Isn't Agatha always a skirmisher?
Agatha is always a raider, and his is massive, so there's
there's no need for the focus boost. Benny's right. He can make her a raider. We'll talk about that too.
But you think Blue 5 skirmisher is better than Blue 4 raider? I wouldn't tell him to put raider Blue 5 on Agatha just to make it more.
Well, I'll state to people who want to build Agatha more that if you have a big Agatha, you can go Raider. I think I have Skirmisher on my Agatha because she was smaller and I needed the focus boost, and I just never changed it later. But she's doing splash and AoE attacks every time, right?
Yep.
She has a passive AoE on turn 1. She has passive aggression, and she gets crit chance and crit damage from Heartless. So with Raider, she has
more crit damage.
200% crit damage.
Okay.
Did you just say she has passive aggressiveness?
I thought that's what he said too. I wasn't gonna call him out, but yeah.
He has passive aggression.
Passive aggression. Got
Passive
it.
aggression,
Okay.
I was gonna make a joke about my wife, but I'm gonna let it go. All right. Then we have the Asgardians with Dormammu. I'm not a big fan of this team, but it's like, what else are you gonna do, right? And they've got, I mean, Lynx got diamonds all over the place. Valkyrie's kind of small in case she dies off. Do we want to put a small regular Thor in here instead of the Infinity Watch Thor to maybe get an accidental kill, or is that just opening it up to Eternals? Like,
I mean, you have Dorm to counteract the Eternals, so if they do bring Eternals in, then Eternals go boom, then they all revive, and then you still got the same problems.
right? So maybe we could bring in a small Thor.
That's what I do. I do the small Thor and the small Valkyrie, and then the 3-piece.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
see, we
OG
talked
Thor.
about placement on that Darkhold team. I'm sorry, what?
The OG Thor, not new Thor.
Okay, OG Thor, hopefully a smaller one.
Well, sorry. What? I've heard that before. Why do you want the classic Thor?
So,
Go ahead.
if you have classic Thor where Thor Infinity Watch is, then, or Infinity War, then if they use MOE, anything primary and adjacent, is going to kill somebody. So if you use Kang special, it's going to kill one of the weaker people and then potentially proc Valkyrie passive. And then if you use New Warriors, you can't Firestar ult anywhere because it's going to kill somebody low because they're both in the back row.
Wouldn't you get just as much value putting any of the Asgardians in the back row as long as they're small?
Yeah, you could also put like a Sif.
So potentially Lynx could put in whatever his smallest Asgardian is in place of Infinity War Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the idea is you're trying to trigger the Valkyrie passive, extend the life of this team, and make them take more hits. Even if this team doesn't get a kill, you're just trying to draw out that fight. Infinity War Thor might get you an extra kill, but it's also easier to maneuver through here with just Valkyrie being the character that you need to watch out for. I think, in my opinion, I find it tougher when there's two little Asgards in the back. I don't know, Benny. What do you think? Do you like the bigger Infinity Watch Thor, or do you like the idea of a little Asgardian in the back?
I'm not super compelled. I feel like if somebody's gonna die, Valkyrie will die anyway. Maybe you could put Valkyrie in the center. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I mean, I think, especially if there's a Kang going into it, they can't use the special if there's two small Asgardians in there. One of them will get clipped off no matter what target you hit with the special. But that's just one thing that really prevents it. Kind of, I don't think it helps with the Eternals any. Why do I have a raid alarm going off in the middle of my stream every freaking day? That is something I need to change. I don't even think we have raids launching right now. Whatever.
Nope.
Didn't we change it like 4 o'clock or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like 4:30 now because we had time.
A baby Sif taunting would probably be the best utility. I kind of think that.
Yep.
A baby Sif back there. I do like that idea.
And if you put the Sif on the opposite, not the opposite side, but where Thor Infinity War is right now, then you have two different reflexive taunts that you could possibly hit into, because Beta Ray Bill could possibly reflexive taunt as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's what we'll do. This is pretty good. Beta Ray Bill is a raider. We could talk about swapping out Infinity War Thor for Sif and see if that changes the outcome. Otherwise, I kind of like Beta Ray Bill over here in the corner. I like to place it with the two smaller Asgardians in the back, as long as one of them is Valkyrie. And then we'll talk about placement. You could change the ISO on Agatha to a raider. There's a case to be made to adding in Quicksilver here instead of Scarlet Witch. I don't think it changes anything. I think you're just wasting Quicksilver. The best case scenario, I think they might put a little more oomph into their counter if they see Quicksilver there than if they see Scarlet Witch, and that might benefit you, but I would rather have Quicksilver for stealing charges off of something if you need them. We're going to break this
team. You can throw in a Red Hulk in there if you want.
Yeah, but we're going to use Red Hulk in 1, so we'll just keep it simple. We're going to go Black Knight here with the Extreme X-Men. That'll be dropping Cyclops for Black Knight? Is that who we want to drop? Cyclops for Black Knight? Yes.
Yeah.
You'll lose the turn meter to Forge if somebody else dies, but hopefully that won't be an issue. Hopefully it'll be a whole different ballgame when they try to use like Superior 6 APOC or something. And then this is fine. And then we have Noir over here. The reason I don't want to bring up Noir, guys, is because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Noir's falling off. Why would you build him? And I was just saying that he's on the cusp of, we're getting cheaper teal gear now. Maybe it's something you want to do for better bleeds or something like that. Hopefully he stays alive and gets you more damage. But honestly, it's not worth it. Big or small, just throw him in there to clear the evades. And then over here, we have the Extreme X-Men, which we are dumping for Red Hulk, Green Hulk, Omega Red Quicksilver, and Captain America. I think I got this. I'm going to jump out, record this video. We'll jump back in with another one and try and get 2 done today. Man, I'm all non-void out in my non-void gear today. Look at that. All right.
You are.
I am, yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over Lynx account, and by the way, a lot of people are saying, hey, how come you don't do Defense Up for War? And we do. It's just most people request Cosmic Crucible rather than anything else. And so if you want your defense featured on Defense Up, Crucible or War, just contact me on Discord. Links are in the description below. I'll get you on the list, and you could choose whichever one you want, and we'll get going. Okay, Lynx coming in at about 58 million TCP, operating in Plat 3. There is a discussion about how the pools of players at the high end of Crucible are getting smaller and smaller. Be sure to tune into your favorite content creator. We're all talking about it today, and you can hear more about that. But today we're going to be talking about not using out of time in Crucible, or at least the entire team. We have an entire team in room 4, and we think that's not really a good idea at all. So we'll show you guys how to dismantle that and use it better. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the room 1, which this is a pretty decent team, but it's kind of old and people know the mechanics of it and everything. This is the Extreme Rogue variant in 1. We're going to be taking this apart. We're going to drop Cyclops from this team, and we're going to add Black Knight, and we're going to put that in room 4. So it'll be Black Knight plus that Extreme Rogue minus the Cyclops. Put your Black Knight off in the corner. This one happens to be a huge 1 diamond with Fortifier Black Knight. That might be a good thing. What we're interested in finding out is if we put the Extreme X-Men with Black Knight in here, which last week was like a terrible defense to go into. You just got rocked. I tried using Masters of Evil APOC. We tried Superior 6 APOC. It was a very challenging team to one-shot. We ended up just sacking it because you go in with Exhaust, and that Black Knight basically reduces himself to Absorbing Man. So everybody was kind of sacking the team. However, there is a theory that Cabal will roll over this. However, Cabal is, of course, a newer team, so depending on how many people in your Crucible have the Cabal unlocked, up and running, they may be able to one-shot that now. So we're going to try that. We're going to try Black Knight Extreme in 4, see how it goes. If it starts getting stomped, we'll have to resort to other ideas. But I think for the time being, it's probably a good idea. Instead, in room 1, what we want to do is go Red Hulk, Green Hulk, Quicksilver, Omega Red, and Captain America. Captain America to one corner, Green Hulk to another corner. So you got your tanks on the outsides. Then you're going to have Red Hulk, Quicksilver, and Omega Red in the middle. Figure out your own placement on that one. It's not amazing, but it might be useful. So we're going to go with that to try and spread things out a little bit. Hopefully that is a team that's going to work for you. I'm really mad because Spotify keeps stopping my music. Oh, stop that, Spotify. Okay, so moving on. So this is actually a pretty decent team, but it's a little outdated. For me, this is going to be an A-. It's okay. It's okay, and it's actually done right, but we got better stuff these days. For room number 2, we have the Secret Defenders with Noir. This is another one. It's done right. Lots of diamonds on this roster. 58 million, and there's diamonds on just the right things, in my opinion. This Noir is fine, whether it's a teeny tiny Noir or a great big G19, I don't care. Noir's there to remove the evades. A bigger Noir could add some bleeds and might add some value, but a smaller Noir creates gap placement with hard light and allows and clears those evades, and then hard light can rewind the Gwen pool and it causes the new warrior counter to fail. 16% chance. We did, however, talk about in the previous video a way to reduce that fail rate. Go check out that other video if you want to find out more about that. That's right, I tease my own videos from time to time. Get over it. All right. This team is fine. I think it's an A myself, and I honestly don't know what else you could use in here other than Darkhold. And guess what? We've also got Darkhold on defense in another room, and really doesn't matter which way you go with it. All right, room 3, Infinity Watch, putting me to sleep. We're going to see this a lot. Nobody cares. It's done right. Moving on. Room 4, we talked about that being swapped with the Extreme. And in room 5, it's Darkhold. This one's got some issues. This is a great big Agatha, and Benny Westside thinks that she should be a Raider for sure. She does splash damage, AoE. She's passively aggressive, as Benny says, and she does a lot of things. She gets extra crit chance, crit damage from Dr. Strange. So making her a Raider might be the way to go on this version. If your Agatha is smaller, you could go Skirmisher for the focus boost, but an Agatha with 3 diamonds absolutely does not need the focused boost. The team's, of course, older, may not be worth changing. We're kind of splitting hairs here. This is for somebody who wants to build it, has the luxury of building it bigger or something. Those are our thoughts on that. Scarlet Witch, somebody you can throw in here, I guess. I'm not excited about that. Build Scarlet Witch for the Scourges. Otherwise, you know, she's just the 5th character. You could put in Quicksilver in here, but I think Quicksilver's better off in that room 1 team that we talked about. He's not changing the outcome of this match. If anything, it's going to force your opponent to bring in something stronger, maybe. It's really not going to change anything, so that's something you could do. The biggest thing we need to do is change the placement. We want Agatha in the corner adjacent to MLF because she calls an assist, and you want MLF assisting with that big percentage health steal assist. It's really good. So this is an okay team. It's not very exciting. It's in a boring room that we treat as a blank. However, the ISOs are questionable, and the placement is definitely wrong. I'm going to give this a B-, although really it's not going to change. I don't think it's going to change your score any. You might get a few more points by making those changes that we suggested here. And finally, in room 6, it's the Asgardians. It's the filler defense everybody seems to love putting in room 6 right now. Health insurance. Okay, what we talked about is Thor Infinity War is cool and he could do some damage, and maybe you could get some kills out of this team. Maybe they'll even make it far enough that they win. You get a defensive victory. I doubt it. What we think is a better way to go is find your smallest Asgardian and replace Thor Infinity Watch with that smallest Asgardian. Hopefully it's Sif because she taunts. Then, if you go into it with, say, a Kang, no matter where you go with Kang, if he specials, he's going to accidentally kill an Asgardian. If you go into it with Eternals, they're definitely going to get a kill, but they're also going to get revived from Dormammu, and so that creates, you got to come in with a higher grade of Eternal composition to get around those revives. So we're really trying to trigger that passive from Valkyrie and trying to get characters revived. We're trying to accidentally kill Asgardians, and that's why Thor is better off being replaced by a smaller Asgardian that could accidentally die. This is pretty good, though. Nothing really wrong with it other than ISO on Beta Ray Bill should be a Raider. Again, splitting hairs if you really want to change it. We've got 3 people putting out vulnerables and 2 people soaking them up, so it still kind of works. But I think he's better off as a raider myself. I'm going to go ahead and give this team a B+. I think if you were to change that ISO and put in a smaller Asgardian in the back, I could begrudgingly give it a full A. The team just isn't exciting, but unfortunately we don't have much that we can do about it. However, fortunately, we don't have much longer in the season, and we'll be getting new season room rules, and that'll be fantastic. Also, fortunately, we won't be dropping down a rank this time around, which is great, because unfortunately, Scopely is pulling away more trophies than we are currently getting in Crucible, which means the pools of players at the high end of Crucible are getting smaller. So fortunately, that means that you're not playing worse in Cosmic Crucible. It is just that much harder to find your way up into Masters. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure making this video. Big shout out to all the content creators who always join me on voice in the streams. Again, if you guys want to be a part of that conversation in chat, be sure to be here live on Twitch Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We do lots of different stuff. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too. And I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, one down. I will share my screen and start getting the clips of the next one up to you guys. What were you talking about while I was gone, huh? Were you saying mean things about me behind my back?
NDA stuff.
It's classified.
NDA stuff that's classified. I see how it is. I see how it is.
So I like when you came in and you're like, okay, here I am. And I'm like, thanks, that's the stopping talk point.
Right, I try to shout out, like, as soon as I enter the room, if Rolf Kieran isn't making a dirty joke to you guys, I make sure to be heard. So...
Dude, Rolf Kieran says some of the most off-the-wall stuff that is absolutely hilarious. It
right?
is
He's so random. He's so random.
It's so funny.
Okay, and Darth Trinath is next on the list. Let me see. 29 million TCP operating in Gold 3. That was actually a while ago. We'll call it 30 million in Gold 3. And let's get this and this one. And I know none of this looks right. 4 months
to get on my list.
I'm trying. That's why we're doing 2 today. I'm trying to get through some of these. I heard my name. There's Rolf Kieran.
Ron, you're turning into the Green Bay Packers wait list.
Oh yeah, right.
It's gonna be years, decades long.
Yeah. Man, what is up with Discord screwing with my Spotify account? That pisses me off. I had to turn streamer mode off, so it's gonna make little pings and blips and stuff every time somebody does anything, but whatever, at least my music will play.
Do not disturb.
I was gonna say, if you're on Do Not Disturb, it won't ping anything.
Well, when you guys go in or out of the voice channel, it goes bloop.
No.
Even on Do Not Disturb, because I've been on Do Not Disturb for years.
Yeah, I finally realized why you did that, because I read what Do Not Disturb did, and I'm like, wow, click, that's on now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what it does. I was just telling people to fuck off. I'm busy. I literally thought it just put a sign that said "Do Not Disturb." Like, that's all I was going for. Does it do other stuff? I hope so. Oh my god! And the spammers in Discord have been going nuts lately.
Dude, I saw another one in your... It's only your Discord. Juicy and I haven't had the issue yet. And now that I said that, we're gonna have 6 tonight. But
yeah, we had a good laugh over that one. I was sitting there watching a movie I probably shouldn't have been watching with my kids, but still plays on Disney Kids. It was that Damsel movie. Good movie, but definitely not for my kids' age bracket, but they freaking loved it.
How old are your kids again?
7 and 10, and it's a PG-13 movie.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they just murder people, burn people alive and stuff. It's not a big deal.
If it makes you feel better as a father, my dad let me watch Liar Liar when I was like 6, so that was good.
Yeah?
And then when my mom came home, I went, "Mama."
Yeah, I
and
went.
She didn't think that was that funny.
I used to sleep with my head in the hallway, and I set up a mirror on the coffee table in the living room so it would reflect the TV screen and I could secretly watch TV late into the night. And I remember scaring the bejesus out of myself as like a 7-year-old when Aliens 2 first aired on cable television. And I watched that as I was trying to go to bed. Granted, scariest shit ever, but I was an absolute fan of the Aliens franchise for the rest of my life.
That's fair.
Oops, that was too big. There we go. All right, so we have this is an unlimited with Quicksilver in 1. We have Secret Defenders Noir in 2, Infinity Watch in 3. We have Black Knight with Captain America, Peggy, Green Hulk, Red Hulk. I think Peggy's worthless on here, but it's something you can do. And then we have the Darkhold in 5, and then we have Extreme Dorm in 6. So a different variation on what we already saw, and wouldn't you know it, music kicked off again. Fuck it, we're just going sans music until I start the video. Annoying. Okay. So, Room 1, unlimited with Quicksilver. I think this is a really old team, isn't it?
When was the last time he sent you those pictures?
These are the newest.
I mean, that's a still pretty good team, though.
Still within this season.
Right, it's still within the
it's still in the
season, but this is like the beginning of the season, right?
Still good, though. He's got a big Quicksilver. If he's running at 30 million TCP, he doesn't have a lot to work with, so you got to remember that, too.
That's true. 30 million in gold
He's
3.
Fitting what's in his roster.
Millie Bobby Brown's physicality was impressive in that movie. Who's Millie Bobby Brown? Which one is that?
The girl from the main girl in Damsel.
Oh,
There's only one character in the movie.
oh, okay.
Things.
The chick from
And
Stranger Things. That's what I know her as.
There you go.
I was like, wow, they made her look really attractive in this movie, because in Stranger Things, right, they shaved her head. They made her look really kind of weird with those ugly haircuts that they went with. I mean, that was the time frame, but yeah, they made her look really good in Damsel. Levin in Stranger Things, yeah. Okay. Rogue is a striker. They're not going to get a lot of value out of her with that. I think make her a skirmisher for this room if they're going to run this.
Probably.
I'm seeing Phantom X, and I'm like, can we do better than Phantom X?
He just gives the evades.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna run this comp, then he stays, right?
See what else?
All right, Room 2, SD Noir, Striker, Raider. See, what is this? They're backwards. We want Photon as a Raider and Robbie as a Striker.
Photon's not a terrible striker because she does % health damage on her ISO attack and her basic. So it's not terrible, but it's just nowhere near as good as Robbie as a striker and her as a raider.
Right. If you're running P-Force, she should be striker. But if you're running Secret Defenders, she needs to be raider and Robbie as a striker. And then Hardlight as a skirmisher, I think, personally. I understand Fortifier on her, but for this comp, she don't need it. She's going to be the last person standing no matter what. You might as well just make her a skirmisher to put out the extra vulnerable for your 2 strikers.
Yep.
So, okay, so we'll talk about ISOs on that one. Otherwise, it's a normal snooze team, just like this is a total snooze team. What's Moondragon's gear piece? Is that worth building her bigger?
Arcane.
Oh, it's Arcane? No, you don't want to touch that. Okay, that's more important for other characters. All right, and then in 4, let's get rid of Peggy. I don't know. Is it worth it bringing that Quicksilver in from Room 1, or should we put something else in here like Brawn or Omega Red?
Do Brawn or A-Bomb or...
Right, Abomination would bring in the immunity, right?
No, Braun.
No.
He gives more health to Red Hulk.
Oh, that's right. Health and some
30%
drain.
health, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And drain. Okay, and then Brawn. What does Brawn do aside from heal the team?
He gives the speed bar when they drop below 50% health. He gives the death proof. He gives the % health steal and then the buff steal for a special.
Okay. Also not terrible. I think.
Nope.
I think we leave Quicksilver in 1. I think we give the player the choice of Brawn, A-Bomb, or Is Omega Red good in this room? You were using Omega Red on this comp in room 1 on that last one we talked about. What's up, Squid Princess? We're going over our second round of defense up right now. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Everybody who's coming in, you can jump into chat and tell us your thoughts and ideas. Right now we have Benny Westside, Bendable Straws, Duelam, and Updog in here helping me figure these teams out. I was asking, you used Omega Red on this composition in room 1. Would it have the same value in room 4?
No, Omega Red was just kind of a plug-in that I didn't need on offense, and if they just underestimated him and didn't kill him in time, and he got to ult with 200% damage, that could have just been a he just deleted me moment. Okay. So it was more just I kind of named my room 1 the ticking time bomb because it's Quicksilver, Red Hulk, and Omega Red, and they're all a ticking time bomb if they get to their big abilities.
Oh shit, Juicy's right. It's a 3 yellow, no red Black Knight. That guy ain't stopping shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, we might want to get rid of him altogether.
You got to remember he's in gold, so this is good for him.
Okay, well we'll talk about that. Being in gold and with 97% of the player base also in gold. I don't know. Results may vary with a Black Knight that small. I don't know what do you do about it aside from buy offers. What do you do about a small Black Knight like that, right? Talk to your doctor.
Could put him on offense.
Yep, he wouldn't be bad on offense, honestly, because he would get a couple good hits. Honestly, that's not a terrible idea at all.
And then you could do SD cap in 4 then.
Sure.
SD cap in 4 in place of this. That's an alternative.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an alternative for 4. Yeah, that's a broke knight. There are diamond Black Knights in gold. Oh my god. Yeah.
Who said broke knight? That's incredible.
And the hot topic is those CC rankings.
Yeah, the CC rankings, yeah. Putting so many people down lower. I mean, the thing is though, even if everybody's in gold 3, you're still competing against the same ranked people for the most part, unless, like Duelam said earlier, somebody who was at the very top of the same bracket and you were at the very bottom of the same bracket and you both got dropped down, there's a difference there. But that's only at the beginning of I don't know. The complexities of that situation go on forever.
All right, I'm out of here, gents. I'll be back.
All right, later, Duelam. All right, so we'll talk about replacing this entire team with a Secret Defenders Captain America. Peggy's not doing anybody any favors here. Black Knight is pretty small. We'll have to talk about how that is affected by, watch your things. Gold 3 is about rewards, nothing to do with matchmaking. Right. The situation has nothing to do with matchmaking except for that one instance where Duelam said when they drop you from the rankings, you may be going up against some people in the beginning that were at the top of your tier and you were at the bottom of your tier and you both went down 1 tier. I don't know how that affects the trophies, so I don't know. Again, this is something that we're just digging into this as of yesterday, and we need to figure out more about that. Okay. All right. As is, this is kind of trash. Cap needs to be maybe a skirmisher. I like healer on Green Hulk for that size. Peggy, get out of here. Black Knight has to be a fortifier that small. It's the only thing you can really do about it. Let's get some red stars on Black Knight. It's worth it. And then we'll talk about if you're going up against similar size defenses, then this is okay. And we'll just do either 3 Gamma and Black Knight and Cap, or we'll swap this out with Secret Defenders, Captain America. And then if we do that, we're going to need a replacement for Room 2, though. Room 5, Darkhold. We've got the correct placement this time. Agatha, a skirmisher, but honestly missing a yellow-red on Agatha. It's fine leaving her as a skirmisher. We can mention that she could go as a raider at the high end. Scarlet Witch, whatever, it's an option. And then in Room 6... Updog, what do you think about the Extreme X-Men Dormammu in Room 6? I think putting them with that Black Knight in Room 4 isn't going to work with that small of a Black Knight. I kind of think that having them separated with the unlimited version and the extreme version in 6 on this size roster is actually the right thing to do. What do you think? Or Benny, or Bendable, because I think Updog's away from his microphone right now.
Sorry, I missed the question.
I was saying with Black Knight being as small as he is, using the extreme Black Knight in 4 is a bad idea because that Black Knight's not going to hold up, and spreading the power out on this roster is a better idea. That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of cleaning down.
Is there a case to replace Cyclops?
Oh.
I don't know, maybe invest in Cyclops a little bit more. They're going to need him if they want to go up in raids anyway. So I think just invest in Cyclops a little bit. I don't think swap him out. And then in room 1, yeah, he doesn't have diamonds on Gambit either. So I think this is the way to go. I think he's actually got a pretty solid defense for the gold 3 level at, what did you say, 28 million?
What he's got. Yeah.
It's pretty solid, actually. Okay, so we'll leave this, but we need to change Rogue to a skirmisher. We're gonna disassemble this. Did we come up with are we gonna throw Gamma in here? Or, oh, I got it. Let's put Darkhold in here and throw Gamma in 5. And then we'll go Secret Defenders with Captain America. Use Black Knight for offense because he's too small. Or if the Black Knight is working, we'll go with the Captain America 3 Gamma and Black Knight. All right, and then we'll leave this.
I wouldn't do 5 because of Pegasus countering them.
Putting Gamma in 5?
So, I wouldn't put Gamma in 5.
Would you put Gamma in 2? Isn't it the same?
Yeah, you could, but so Pegasus has a better advantage in 5 if they go that way to counter them.
Oh, because of yeah, that's true. It's the robotics. That's right. I completely think of both of these rooms as blank altogether. It would be nice to see some transparency in the Crucible metrics, especially in terms of matchmaking, perhaps a readout of variance in TCP in each league, along with how far in either direction of a player's rank they can be matched. None of the people I get matched with are 7 ranks in either direction of my rank. I would like to see how far they reach to ensure smaller active players get matched with larger, less active players. Keep dreaming, C-Row! Scopely's never gonna share anything with us. We'd all love that, man. I'd love for more information. I'd like for them to just show up to work today and give us an answer on the subject.
Yeah, they're close to there.
Yeah.
Hangover from Patty's Day and the weed lounge took a heavy toll.
DJ Donk, I think you're right. I think Pegasus is going to be Gamma just about anywhere, but they are going to have a better time of it in 5 because of the robotic double. I mean, we could move... Okay, I think we need to start with this team. I kind of want to get the easy ones out of the way. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, so this one's going to stay. We're going to make a change. We could keep this, or we could replace this with Gamma, depending on what we want to do. This is a snooze. We could replace Peggy with a 3rd Gamma member, change the placement, but we're going to talk about small Black Knights, maybe moving Black Knight to offense and replacing it with a Secret Defenders Captain America. That would be the case for putting Gamma in 2. We're going to keep this in 5. I think everything on this is right. Yeah, I'm okay with everything. We can talk about Agatha and her ISO, but honestly, I think she's right as a skirmisher with that size. And then finally in 6, the extreme, and we'll talk about leaving this team here, go ahead and invest in Cyclops, and we're spreading this out because of what's going on.
Sounds good.
Do we know the calculation on how many trophies are won or lost per match? Yeah, Royalty, when you win or lose, it shows you how many trophies you gained or lost each time.
But it's not the same for every league or every person.
Right. The overall thing is that when they drop you down a tier between seasons, you lose more trophies than you are able to gain in a season. And so what ends up happening is there's less and less people at the top. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw my phone into the other room. Too many alarms for Marvel Strike Force. Okay, let me try this one from the top, and then I'll jump back in voice, and we can get back to the discussion about Crucible leagues and rankings and stuff. Okay, there goes that one, and I have been forgetting to record the stream entirely, so I will have to go back to the VODs for the rest of these. At least I got these videos recorded. That's pretty good. What's up, Sassy? I didn't see you come in. Let's go back to that voice channel and see what everybody's talking about. Hey guys, I'm back in, so you can stop breaking NDA. Stop breaking NDA.
Okay, and we were actually talking about some.
Yeah, dude, we were talking about crazy NDA content.
Crazy NDA content. Damn it, now I'm jealous. I missed out on that conversation along with all of chat.
Don't worry, we'll still be here after the stream.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes.
Raid completion reward. Did we launch raids? Hold on, maybe we did launch raids.
You guys don't have auto launcher?
We do have auto launcher. It's just we moved it around because we were trying to like blast through difficulties. Oh yeah, okay. So see, like alpha got launched when it's supposed to start getting launched, but the new incursion difficulty, we're stuck on an old timer because we're trying to jump up in difficulties and doing it automatic. What's up, West?
Is that Steven Rastlin you have in your alliance?
Probably.
King
I never can tell what streamers are in this freaking alliance. We have so many content creators in this alliance. I'm like the other day I was like, wait, is Gnomes in our alliance? And Doolim's like, I don't think so. Like we had to check.
Oh, not you, Steven? Okay.
Stream's been great, West. Dude, there's so many Wests out there. I was playing.
There's Kevin.
Yeah, there's Kevin, Stevens, and Wests. There's a bunch of them. I was playing with a West last night, playing Helldivers, and I was like listening to the guy's voice, and I was like, man, this sounds like somebody I have met in person. And I look up into my Discord, and I read his Discord name, and it dawned on me that it was that person. I've been playing video games with this person several times, not knowing it was who it was. I gotta retain the right their anonymity, but yeah, it was funny. I was like, oh my God, that's been you this whole time. Okay. What's Juicy guessing at? I believe it pairs based off the league you're in and randomize that pool, and it pulls up the top member of the lower bracket to fill in. That's why in lower leagues you see such variations as leagues are much larger. I'm not sure that's it, Juicy. I thought it was just with matchmaking and Crucible. I thought it was as you win more trophies, you go up, and as other people lose trophies, they go down, and it's just a shifting. I didn't think matchmaking would like draw in a wide variety from the bracket you're in. I thought the bracket only pertained to the payout you received, and you would be matched up against people with a similar trophy score to your own. Right? Like if you're on the cusp, it'd be pulling people from lower brackets, or if you're on the cusp of the upper end of the bracket, it'd be pulling people from above you in the league based on your trophy score alone. But I don't know. I'm not. It's a complicated situation, and we haven't got official word back yet.
We just gotta know what goes into the rankings. Like, what do they do? Like, what's the spread, and what are the factors?
What do you mean? What's the spread, and what are the factors? What do you mean?
For matchmaking, you think?
Yeah. Like, say, did you pull clear, or?
I see. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get, well, first off, I mean, this thing is kind of so complicated and complex and hard to describe. Like, it's hard to just talk about it clearly and understand what people are saying. let alone understand the mechanics of the situation. And so I really think we need a call with the developers so we can discuss this at length, find out what they want to be happening, what is really happening, and what we need to change to make it work more effectively. Because I don't like the feel of how hard it is to climb to a better payout league because there's just so many damn people clawing their way up at them.
So we just have to figure out if it's a ratio that's based on efficiency, whether the trophies go up or down, or if it's a fixed rate on whether it goes up or down.
People in my bracket are always close in trophies, like usually within 10 or so trophies. At least that's how it seems to work in Diamond. The Envoys and Dorky may want to get on the same page with a call before the devs. Yeah, Dorky seemed to be like totally okay with the situation this morning. And I'm not sure if that was just the way I was perceiving his stream this morning, or if he's perceiving the situation differently from others, but he seemed to be okay with it, and I'm not. Maybe this is the way Scopely wants it. Maybe they want to reduce the amount of people at the upper tiers, and eventually they'll change it so we don't lose as many trophies when we drop down, or we gain more trophies on wins or whatever, so that it no longer fluctuates. But the pools of people in Masters, Grandmasters, and even Diamond, or was it Platinum or Diamond, whatever the one's up there, they're getting pretty damn small. And like I said earlier in the stream, I felt like I had an easy time getting into Masters several seasons ago. And now, with the help of some of the smartest content creators in Cosmic Crucible, I cannot seem to get into Masters. We were literally one mouse click away and it went south and I didn't make it into Masters. That's how close I was. Whereas before I was going into Masters on the regular and just hanging out at the bottom of Masters, not even really trying. Exodus says, in gold you win X, enemy loses X for every guy that climbs, 1 drops. When reset happens, it makes so every reset people in Plat plus halves. I'm not sure if it's halves, but I get what you're saying. The drop at the end of season removes so many trophies, and we don't earn that many trophies on a 50-50 win-loss ratio.
Yeah, and that's their way of, like, the people that are inactive, that's their way of dropping them down a league. Say they're inactive. Okay, so you're going to drop from Diamond 1, now you're going to go to Gold 3, inactive. Next season, Gold 3 to Gold 2, inactive.
See, I don't mind dropping the leagues, but honestly, if they're inactive, they're going to drop anyways.
That's the problem down low.
They all tell you to build Spider-Man big time, and yet he sits at the bottom of my roster.
Imagine if you're at 20 mil, and then all of a sudden this Kraken that quit that's 47, 53. You're not beating that. You're not going 3-0.
Yeah.
It's a rock.
That's true, but you're only, like...
The same thing in Arena. There's people that quit and just don't get knocked back, and they're just stagnant accounts in your Arena rankings.
But the problem is that everybody has to deal with that. Everybody bumps into a lazy Kraken, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I've run up against some ridiculous teams that they weren't even trying on offense. They were obviously throwing in big stuff and hitting auto until they just cleared the rooms, and I beat them. Or the other two cases, they aren't playing, and even though I couldn't full clear, I won because they didn't show up. And then the final case is they decided to show up and whoop the shit out of me, you know? So, and we all bump into that, so I don't care. I don't care that that's an issue. That's something everybody gets to deal with, you know? We all stub our toe from time to time. No one's immune to it. My problem is that it feels bad trying to climb to Masters right now. Until this was apparent to me, I just thought I was losing my mind, unable to compete with such complicated kits and such talented players. And I was just like, man, I just suck at this game. Now, I'm not saying I don't suck at this game. I'm just saying there's another thing at play here also.
Yeah. Something's making me suck at this game.
Dude, I want to click on these so badly. I keep going into that, wanting to click on those red dots. I am such a monkey trained at this game. What's my overall rank in CC? Oh, that's TCPs. Or TCPs. Well, mine, if you want to know. I just came off a 0-3 loss last week, which just killed me. What is it? Is it leagues I want or season? Leagues I want to show my... So there's my trophies, right? Diamond 1 just dropped down from Platinum. I was in Platinum. I dropped down to Diamond 1 now, you know? And is it going to be that challenging for me to continue to climb back up to Platinum 1? I mean, I never fell this hard. I think that's why it feels like I'm bouncing off of Masters and plummeting so badly. Because every time I try to climb back up, it's that much harder to do.
Yeah.
My leaderboard
I think
position.
This also stems from them doing the win in Crucible thing. You remember that? There's been about like 3 or 4 of those, maybe 5 since Crucible's come out. So people's trust in that is like, well, if that ever comes out, I'm just gonna drop it and it's gonna be all right for me because I'm down here.
Yeah. When you can
I'm
collect your
fighting hand
energy.
teams to win, you know? Like, that's one of the main things for me.
Papa Woody, I don't think Doolin walks me off a cliff that often. You got to remember, I have the attention span of a hummingbird, and so like he'll be like, let's talk about this, and I'll just be like, let's go, and we run in, and I just start clicking buttons, and he's like, no, don't special, and it goes sideways. I'm not gonna blame Doolin for it. He's helped me a lot more than he's failed me, and when I like Wednesdays when I'm doing it myself at home in bed. I always come back in Thursday morning and blame Doolim. A lot of times I don't even get Doolim's advice on that matchup. I just like blaming Doolim for it. Reference matchmaking. In rank 13-18, of the 7 other people in my bracket, only 1 is within 50 ranks in either direction. You mean like within 50 trophies of you? You're at 13-18. And only 1 of them, and everybody else is like hundreds of trophies away. I don't think that's that far.
I'll ask you this.
Well,
Are there
look at how many
any
people
ties?
have the exact same amount of points as me.
Yeah, are there any ties in there?
Huh?
I want to know if there's tiebreakers. Like, is everybody in the same numbers? Like, how... I just want to know the population size of each bracket. That's what I would love to know about, that Scopely could tell us.
Well, at 1627, there's about 10, 15 people at my exact same score. Now, how many different 8-man brackets of Crucible are there in my league? And you've got to divide us all up amongst those. I mean, there's got to be like 1,000 brackets anywhere near me, and you're gonna get some people that are 100, 200, maybe even 500 trophies away. I think Zero was saying there were like 700 away from him, right?
Yeah, because it's the same bracket.
That
That's the
100
complexity.
spread has a difference of 9 points. There you go. So yeah, you got 1630 at the top, and 100 down here, 1624. So there's a lot of people with the same amount of points, but there's a lot of different brackets that they put them into. And then, of course, like, if I were to be paired up and everybody had 1627 or whatever mine is, after that one match, everybody would have a different point and a point score by 1, and we'd all go different places the next time. I don't know.
That's what's weird.
Yeah. I just think, I just want a bigger pool of players in the upper brackets. If it's true, and 97% of the player base is in gold or lower, that means there's not a flush bunch of people at the top. And it also means that there's gonna be people who, right, are in gold 3, playing against people who are getting paid out at diamond or even platinum, right?
Oh, Run 7. To your point, you're on the perfect track. Do you know what game mode we have that is crazily similar to what you just explained?
What's that?
War. Legion and all those other guys are at Diamond. pool, that's a small pool, while the bottoms of Plat 4 and Plat 3 are just tainted with fucking size.
Yeah. True.
That is what ultimately is going to become Crucible if they don't fix this.
Okay, so let's see if I can get out of my screen.
And that's what I was talking to Dorky about this morning, was that because you're never going to reach the amount of trophies that Legion has, that Sex Panther has. Never. Unless you're like that alliance, you know what I mean?
Well, do those
starting from
does
the
it
bottom
work
and
the
going
same
up?
in war? They don't get those taken away, do they? Like at each season,
No,
each war
those don't
season?
reduce. Those don't reduce. But remember, next season doesn't reduce.
Right. Well, I don't know how war works. I haven't even ventured into that side of the equation. This is coming from Exodus, and he's showing at 39265 and 39735. We got over on the left, we've got 1,482, and over on the right, over there where my hand doesn't go, we've got 1,100 points.
Wow.
You see the difference?
That's 300 spots.
This is season 3, and over there, over there is season 5. You guys see that? There's way less trophy points in season 5, and even a higher ranking. Right? Is that
So
right?
it's
Because
like-
so that's 500 points higher in ranking.
Some brackets are over bloating.
Yeah, the bottom ones are.
There's
The
not-
bottom ones
yeah,
are.
they're not, because they're not 3-0ing, or they're not, 0-3. A lot. The most competitive one is like Plat and Diamond right now, because people are battling to go up and down, but you just can't because there's too many people.
Yeah. Royalty, I can't
Too
turn
many
on
factors.
redemptions right now. I've got too much equipment that's been taken down. It's just going to cause me problems. So I just turned the redemptions off today. My studio's in shambles because I've been filming some things that require a lot of physically technical stuff to be changed, and I just don't want to deal with it today. So I just turned the redemptions off so I don't have to deal with broken camera angles and stuff. We don't need the same amount of trophies as Legion. Trophies are largely irrelevant. And Ceci would know. Ceci's a warmonger. Sorry, left is season 3, right is season 5. Is that correct? Did I say that right? Did I say that wrong? This is season 3, and over there is season 5. My new bracket ranges from 24 million to 61 million. I'm 100 points higher than him, but 12,000 ranks higher. And again, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily matchmaking. I'm not sure.
So here's a theory that we were talking about in the morning. Say Zubin was number 1, Grandmaster, right? His number was there. And he keeps going 3-0 every week. Trophies don't go down. Rating doesn't go down. It just keeps going up. When they do the drop, how far does he go? Because he's only been accumulating and not dropping. Sort of
Right.
like war.
Well, and what I want to know is when you drop from
Is it a fixed drop?
Platinum 2 to Platinum
Black
3.
drop.
When you drop from Platinum 2 to Platinum 3, if you are at the very bottom of Platinum 2 and you drop to Platinum 3, you lose X amount of points. But if you're at the very top of Platinum 2 and drop to Platinum 3, don't you lose more points? Because the difference of that bracket and then the both of you go down to the next bracket. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sure if that's how it works. Maybe somebody can explain to me. I get what Juicy's saying. They're simply taking away more trophies than you accumulate in the season. And so it gets, there's less and less
They're making
people
the
at the top.
climb harder. So yeah. With the seasons lower, it's harder to climb.
Get that man a
Because
scotch.
you have less time to climb. You only get 3 matches a week. And you gotta be flawless if you're climbing.
Yeah. I think if they put a max limit for tribunal rating, it will fix it so CC doesn't have the war problem where the top players can't run away forever from everyone else. That way they can do what you want and still not have to worry about the top CC becoming like the top of war.
That person understands what I'm putting down.
Is the war situation that bad? Are the top alliances running away from the pack as far as rewards go?
Not necessarily rewards, but with, like, if a new alliance begins, you're never going to reach the amount of trophies they have because they're just going to destroy you. Unless you're that alliance.
But that alliance is going to kick the shit out of anybody because their wallets are bigger than everybody else. Does it really matter? Like,
that's what Ceci meant by trophies don't matter anymore.
Yeah. I think that
the league.
There's simply
But
like
in CC it would.
The players who spend the most money on this game and want to be the best are all accumulating in the biggest, best alliances in war, is my understanding. And so you're going up against some of the hugest rosters with some of the hardest, grindiest players. And regardless of a point system, you go up against those alliances, you better bring it because they are. And I don't think trophies has that big a thing, big a deal to it. I finished last season 1 win into D3 and only dropped to Diamond 2, 70 points. My son finished 1 win below Diamond 1 and dropped all the way to Plat 2, 150 points. So you're saying it is like that?
So they do it by bracket or what?
So you drop all the way to the bottom of the bracket below you, even if you're at the top of your current bracket or at the bottom of your current bracket. So you could lose more points on the drop?
So you're saying you could be at the top of Grandmasters and you'll be dropped to the bottom of Masters 3 with that statement.
And yeah, so the best way to do it is to get into the very edge of the next bracket above you before the drop happens, because you'll just drop the one bracket.
Yeah, and then you'll be with the people that you're near. And then, like, that's the thing that will stop the war thing, is if it's equal. If trophies don't matter, if you just get reset to the same spot, that's the equality people are looking for.
So Ceci says for the war thing, trophies don't matter at all. What matters is the war season. Sex Panthers could go 0-6 and we drop like a rock in the rankings, but our trophy count doesn't automatically save us.
Yeah.
Ceci, would you say that the way war is operating right now is okay? Or do you think it drastically needs to be overhauled? Because you're saying the trophies don't matter, but is there another situation that does bother you about the way the payouts and stuff are working? You drop to the bottom irregardless of where you are, so makes sense. They're around 50k in gold 1. Rating points is like 500 positions on average. So let's say their MM is tribunal rating plus or minus 20 points. That's over 20,000 leaderboards positions. Oh, and then leaderboards is like a whole other thing in itself. I don't know. This seems to be getting more and more confusing the more I go into it. To me, the trophy thing in Crucible is simple. They're just taking away more trophies than you're able to get back. And so when you talk about what bracket of payout you're in a lower and lower bracket, and it becomes harder and harder to climb up there because you have so much to overcome. And others are in the same way too. But when it comes to competitive matchmaking, I was under the impression that doesn't really affect you, but maybe it does. Maybe it does affect you if it's going off of some sort of a trophy count, because if you're at the top of one bracket and fall to the bottom of the bracket below, but somebody else is at the bottom of that bracket and falls to the bottom of the bracket below, they're not technically losing as many points as you. And so...
Yeah, no. Because everybody goes down one bracket. Everyone drops. It's fair.
Yeah. That's what happened last season with Mobile and myself. Mobile just was at the cusp of Masters 2. He literally was at 1950, which is the bottom of Masters 2, and I ended at like 1940. So he dropped like 30 points. I dropped like 120 points.
And that sucks. So shouldn't we just drop a set amount of points at the new season? Everybody goes down 200 points. Regardless of where that puts you in the rankings.
Yep, that's what I said. It should be a flat amount.
Per bracket. Per bracket, it should be a fixed amount that you drop so it's fair and there's no stone unturned. You know what you're dropping. Do the math. That's where you are.
Yeah. 100% DJ Dog, 100%. And Ceci says, I think war is perfectly fine. I know the complaints about fighting larger alliances is an issue. I hear the complaining about that. But Ceci's in a bigger alliance, so you guys can go fuck yourself, is what he's saying.
Not my problem.
He's like, fuck off!
I think the problem is they keep taking away trophies from the economy, essentially. So then there's less trophies to go around, which is why there's less people at the top. I think the trophy economy is actually bad right now. Because every time they do a reset, everybody trying to gain back up, it's just taking from the person you beat. So they're taking away from the player base as a whole, and then everybody's fighting over the scraps that are left.
Yeah, you overswell a bracket that way.
Yep.
Just like plat and diamond is overswollen.
Well,
and
the Reddit posts are saying that
thin.
97% of the player base is down in gold. That sounds ridiculous to me.
Because people drop and don't play. That sounds about right. In about 6 seasons worth, that sounds about correct because everybody was, competitive in plat and diamond and up there, and then they just stopped playing, so they dropped. And they drop one ranking every season, so that's one tier every season, so gold sounds about right.
Okay, yeah, royalty, I understand that. I understand that aspect. I think that there are some multiple aspects. Well, okay, let's go over war real quick so we can get that out of the way, and then we'll just stay away from war. Ceci and other alliance members who are in big alliances don't really care so much about the trophies, at least he says. Elo is Elo for Ceci. Chaseville, however, points out another point. The trophies don't matter in terms of ELO, but it does matter in terms of season points. So if there is an issue with the trophies, and I'm not sure that there is, and I kind of just don't have time to get into the war aspect of it, but that could be something that needs to be looked at. However, going back to the Crucible side of things, yes, Scopely is removing more points than they are putting back in, and so you get people dropping further than they can climb back up, and so you get fewer and fewer people in the upper brackets, which means diminishing rewards in the overall player base community economy. However, we're saying that on an individual basis against two different people, if one person is at the very top of a tier and one person is at the very bottom of that tier and they both drop to the bottom of the next tier down, one person is losing more points than the other person, and that is not at all fair. So that really sucks. I don't know if that's actually happening, but if that is, that needs to be accounted for. Everyone should lose the exact same amount of points regardless of where it takes you in terms of payout brackets.
There you go.
Yep. That's what happened the season before that too. Juicy was like top of Masters 1, I was bottom of Masters 1, and we both started at 18-20 the next season. And I was like, oh, I only lost like 50 points. And Juicy is like, I lost 115. I'm like, ooh.
Run now that was you just explained everything perfectly well with the amount of time they gave us in previous seasons. Now it's capped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not getting a reset.
No, I know. To fix that shit, to fix it. This will fix that problem that they have to. Now that when we get back on track, I don't know what they're going to do. Because when you half it, they pretty much stop the problem with not dropping. They cut the nerf down.
Yeah, but we're still getting the resets just as often as before because the seasons are now shorter, though. So if we get one reset every season and the seasons are 14 weeks, it's the same thing as getting a one reset every other season if the season's 7 weeks. We're still getting the same amount of resets.
Do you think they're going to stagger them?
Do I think what?
I want to address Midnight's comment here. The only way trophies enter the economy is through new players, but trophies aren't shared in the economy like gold or anything like that. The new players enter the economy at the bottom and then have just as hard a time climbing up as the rest of us.
Yeah,
and that just proves the point. That proves the point of Midnight is people are coming in at the bottom of the tiers, right? And then they can't get past silver or gold. which is where they're staying. So that's where all of those extra trophies that are getting put into the pool are staying, which is why everybody's staying in gold.
Yeah, that's where the overswelling. So you know how a pipeline can't go up? You know, when you send something up a pipeline, if it can't make it past the bracket, it just stops. And then it starts to swell. That's where new players are getting stuck in silver and gold because the top has drawn down so much that it's causing an overflow.
Yep.
In bottom brackets. That's why the top is slim and the bottom is slim, but the middle is enlarged.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that was going to happen no matter what, but so many people have quit in the sample size that this hasn't.
Midnight,
there needs to be a way.
That's where you're wrong. When you win, you do not take trophies from the other player. It's you get a plus or a minus score for winning, depending on. Depending on where you're at in the brackets, a win gives you X amount of trophies and a loss takes away X amount of trophies, right? But it depends on what league you're in.
It's sort of like winner gets this, loser gets this kind of situation when you both meet.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. I never really pay attention to that stuff. I always just click buttons and go on with it. But yeah, you're not taking the other person's trophies. That's not happening. You're getting a plus amount of trophies or a negative or a minus amount of trophies depending on a win or a loss. And I think that changes depending on what league you're in. But either way, they're still removing more than you're getting back.
But no, you are taking their trophies essentially, because if I beat you in a Cosmic Crucible, I get plus 15, you get minus 15. I might as well just take in your 15 trophies.
Is it the same amount? I thought you got like plus 25 for, or like plus 20 for a win, minus 15 for a loss.
That's the problem. That's the issue.
So it is. You are essentially sharing. You are. Okay, so Midnight's right. One. I'm sorry. I thought you got a different amount depending on what league you were in.
Nope. It is the exact same. So that's the issue. It becomes problematic because you're trading trophies over and over again with the people who were in Masters 2 last time. Now you're just trading trophies with somebody in Masters 1 because Scopely said you're starting in Masters 1. And then it's going to keep doing that over and over and over again, and then Masters is going to be empty soon.
All right. And and are we sure it's a plus 15, minus 15 trophies for win-loss everywhere?
I don't know.
No, it's different everywhere.
Okay.
It's different depending on what league you're in. So, like, I've seen people in, like, silver and gold get, like, plus 50 on a win. And then where I'm at, it's, like, plus 14 in Diamond and Masters. And then up in Grandmasters, I've heard it's, like, plus 8 or plus 9 sometimes.
Okay, so, wow, it even gets harder the harder you get.
Yeah. Same thing with War, I believe. The trophies get smaller and smaller.
Okay, well, it's my understanding that matchmaking does not pull players necessarily from the same league. So if I'm on the bottom of Diamond 2 and I'm playing against somebody who's Diamond 3 and they beat me, which is highly likely knowing me, then they are going to gain, say, 18 trophies where I lose 15 trophies because they are in Diamond 3 and gain more, and I am in Diamond 2 and lose slightly less.
No. So what's gonna happen is the person in Diamond 3 beating the person in Diamond 2 only gets 12 trophies from that win, and then you'll only lose 12 trophies because according to where you're ranked, based on your season ranking, you should lose that matchup. But now if you at Diamond 2 beat that guy at Diamond 3, you're gonna get like a plus 18 because you're going against somebody who's essentially rated higher than you. So I had a CC where there was a dude who was AFK. I lost my first 2 and I got like negative 28 from those. And then when I beat the AFK dude, he was like 140 million TCP and he had like 60 more rating than I did. I got a plus 22 from him because he's rated so much higher, but he was in my bracket because his MMR, quote unquote, is lower because he was on a losing streak because he quit the game. That's how it works.
Okay, so we are not specifically trading trophies with players then, because you may or may not get a different score whether you win or lose against somebody depending on where they are at.
No, so the amount of trophies you get is a variable. The amount of trophies that they lose or you win is always the same. If you're winning 18, they're losing 18.
Okay.
And then the thing that changes the amount of trophies is if somebody is rated for Diamond 3 and you're in Diamond 1, but you've been going 3-0 in Plat, The game is now going to challenge you and put you in a Diamond 2 or Diamond 3 bracket to really test how far you can go. And then if you go 3-0 there going against Diamond 3s when you're only in Diamond 1, you're going to get plus 20, plus 25, and plus 24 because you're going against people with way higher MMR than you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the system is testing you essentially to see where you can really stop at.
Okay. Well, it was my understanding that matchmaking worked differently, where it was simply if you win, you move up one. If you lose, you go down one.
Yeah.
And then the trophy amount doesn't really come into play. The trophy amount just dictates where you get paid out at what league you're in. But the matchmaking portion of it was simply if a person wins, they go up to a more difficult person. If the person loses, they go down to the next less difficult person on their next matchup. Every single time.
If that was the case, then you'd be able to predict all of your opponents because on the leaderboard, it would just be the 8 people that are tied with you at 18, 22 points, right? But it's never that. Sometimes, so I've had matches where I'm at 1830 and I'm going against people who I can't even see because they're 50 ranks above me and they're at 1855 and they're the top of the bracket. And then there's other people at the bottom of the bracket who are like at 1815 because they've been doing well and their MMR is higher to match the middle of the bracket wherever we're at.
Right, but it could be that they are... There's, 1,000 different brackets of people who are... Let's just say there's 10 different brackets of people who are at a similar score as you. Now, we looked at my score of 1627 right here by my head, 1627, and there was about 10 other people at 1627. Maybe it takes me and puts me in one of those brackets, and it takes another person from 1627 and puts it in a completely different bracket that I don't play against them, and another one in a completely different bracket that I play against them. And then it picks somebody at 1628 and puts it in my bracket, and somebody else who's at 1628 puts it in the next other bracket, and somebody else, right? And it populates them so that we get a spread of those tribunal ratings in each, I don't know. This is fucking complicated. All I know is that here's what I know for sure. It feels harder to get into Masters than it ever did. It feels a lot tougher, and it's frustrating, and that's not a cool feeling, and that's Scopely's problem to fix all this fucking math and get it straightened out. That's what I know.
Also gotta think, there's one other factor. Everyone got Super Scroll.
There's a lot of other factors.
Yeah, but that should change rewards.
Because back then, not that many people had them.
There's also this factor right up here, what commander level you're at and going against. Some people are rapidly changing the size of their teams, and so they're able to do more than the other person.
Level 100 now. And level 100.
So I don't know. It's definitely complicated. Honestly, after talking about this at length today, I feel more confused than I did coming into it. I know one thing. It feels bad. It feels like it's harder to climb than it used to be. I feel like I used to get into Masters all on my own, and even now with people helping me, I can't seem to make it through the door. And that sucks. I want to be able to get back there. I used to be able to do it, and now I can't. What the hell?
It kind of feels like they shot themselves in the foot because they made the Cosmic Crucible Awards better, but then they made it way hard. But then they either intentionally or unintentionally made it way harder to get into those brackets than it used to be. So it's like, what was the point of upping the rewards if we can't get there anyway?
Right? Yeah. Don't tell us about increased rewards when it's decreased opportunity to attain those.
Correct.
That's what we're trying to get at.
Yeah, just like with the Crimson, there's Crimson Miasma in the Ghost Rider event, right? And I looked at that and went, not for me, there isn't. Just because it's there doesn't mean that we're getting it.
No, it's not for me.
Has the store refreshed yet? I don't even know. Have I even purchased in the store yet? Whoops, I need to go purchasing. Let's see.
Wrong.
Store refreshes in a little under an hour.
I don't think I need that.
Brian, you need to claim your energy too, man.
I need a what?
Claim your energy before it goes away. You had free energy in your dailies.
It's gonna go away?
Yeah, it expires.
It only lasts 3 hours.
It might have already expired.
I got it. Am I not sharing my screen with you guys?
No.
Son of a bitch. Well.
It's okay, I'm driving.
Let's go through that store. I didn't go shopping through my store, and then I'm gonna go raid somebody else.
Run, if you could give me a percentage on how close you are done with the video, how far are you in?
Let's see.
He's got names like he's a hitman on his list.
I do. I have a list of names and I'm scratching them off. Okay, I just finished the Doolum portion. I have.
And he's checking it twice.
And it goes on how long the hair is, how long the beard is,
right,
and what I can mix and match, right? So I have Boilon, Pathfinder, Purple Sticky, Heartgrave, Mobile, and Tawna, and I have to get all of those done tonight. And by the time I finish Tawna, I will have a shaved head and no beard.
Are you shaving your head?
I'm gonna use a one guard on the shears and shave it short like I normally do. And then I have a Boilon wig, and obviously I have a Heartgrave wig. And everybody else is gonna be like this length hair or shorter, and then I gotta trim the beard down as it goes. And once I get all of those recorded, for the love of God, another alarm!
Does Heartgrave have long hair?
Yeah. So I got to get those recorded, and then it's just fill in the in between pieces and make that video happen. It's just, this is the biggest video project I've done, I think, ever. So
Does Heartgrave have long hair?
Yeah, Heartgrave has long hair.
Oh. Dude, the only time I've seen him is in a pitch black dark room. It's just his face floating there because that's the only white thing on him, and his gloves, and then he's talking every once in a while. I don't really see much of the dude.
I think the joke for his piece is going to be pretty similar to that. But honestly, Doolum, I'm so happy with the piece I did about you today. It was hard for me to hit record. I was laughing at how stupid I looked in OBS. It's so funny, and it just gets better and better. I can't wait for that part. And I'm really happy with the rest of them too. I even got some of the developers in this one. It's gonna be great.
I knew it was bad when you sent me a message asking for a picture of my room as if it was on stream, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Dorky for a picture of his room also, but I asked Midjourney to make one up, and I was like, that's even funnier. I'm going with the Midjourney version of Dorky's room.
That's great.
Yeah. Big time Spider-Man. All right. I don't know. Is 717 enough to max him out?
Yeah.
Why would you need to build him?
I'm not building him. I just want to know
if don't buy him.
Okay, I'm not even gonna bother. Then it doesn't matter.
Save your raid credits. You got Kraven at 7 already. Just save your raid credits until they throw another character in there, and then get him to 7 immediately.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm working on right now is Ronin, and I don't want to be, but I kind of need to be. I want to get that 7th star on Gabi, and it looks like I got to build a team to just get over the hump of that one node.
You know, sort of how it's going. I think it's going to be, you know how Spreader's saying Kraven got the raid and blitz? I think it might end up being Nightcrawler and Ford.
Yeah. Thank you, chat. 630. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because the other two are nuanced, and then, you know, Sunspot, I guess you could put in the Arena store or Crucible store, I guess.
I don't want Nightcrawler in the Arena store. Honestly, the Arena store is worse
You already
than the
know
Crucible
that's
store.
where they're putting them. You
Dude,
already know
how
that's where he's
about a
going.
new Arena orb of some sort in here? Like, this is the most boring orb that I will never buy. Like, it just never has enough shards to be valid for 800 points. I'd rather go into the supplies and purchase a character for their overpriced cost. So give me some sort of Arena orb for an event or something that populates in here that it's like, I don't know, you know, for Arena wins, you get an orb over here. And then suddenly everybody in my Arena bracket puts in like hand sentries so that they can just plummet in the rankings and go for wins. That's always fun when they do that. Connect coming in with the hot raid. Thank you for that. T-Dats cheering with one biddy. I appreciate that very much. We are talking about all kinds of stuff today.
Hot topics.
Is that Benny trying to talk and he's coming in modulated?
I think so.
No.
Oh, it's Doolum. Doolum's coming in modulated again. Are you still driving,
It's probably
Doolum?
me.
Oh, there you go, clear.
Yeah. Driving back now.
Oh, okay.
This car just turned into a transformer.
Yep.
So I'm saving my dark promos for Super Scroll at this point. My dark.
Absolutely, you are.
Yeah. And I'm saving my dark promos for Super Scroll and my dark diamonds for Super Scroll as well, right? There's nobody else to put dark diamonds on?
You haven't done APOC yet.
APOC's 3 diamonds. APOC's done.
But then, yeah, so
So it's just
You can
saving
do
for
Dark
Super
Diamond.
Scroll. Okay.
but it's up to you. Well, really, Black Cats and Green Goblins haven't released yet. Only Nova's have.
I don't know if you, unless you're getting really competitive in Cosmic Crucible, I don't know if you're going to need diamonds on Green Goblin to make him good enough to do what you need him to do.
I don't
Yeah,
think so
he's already
either.
doing what he needs to do right now.
He seems
Yeah.
fast
Correct,
enough
though.
that he gets done what he needs to do before he dies in those Crucible matchups.
Yeah,
Put him with Cabal.
exactly.
That's the
Unless
extra
unless
boost,
the speed meta changes and we start going into these tanky ass teams that are designed to take hits, let the other team go ahead. Like then we may need to redo things and build teams bigger. And I wouldn't put it past Scopely. That's an idea to get us to build our members bigger so that they survive into these long ass matches. And it could be fun. I'm kind of tired of the whole speed meta, right?
Yeah, speed meta is not fun. Speed meta is just, oh, I have Cable, I win, or I have Kang.
I go first.
Stupid.
Oops,
Yeah.
I need those.
My Void Knight went first. You know, it's like, hey, so I wanted to pick your brain about who are you going to be putting with Cabal? If you had to pick a villain team that goes on CC defense to put an Iron Patriot on that is going to go first and wreck your face, who would it be?
In Crucible?
Super
Yes.
Scroll?
A villain team on defense that's going to go first and wreck your opponent before they even get a turn. What would you make?
Super Scroll?
I mean, Super Scroll's a decent choice, but I feel like you're going to want to round out Super Scroll with 2 heroes, right? And so you'd only have like 2 Cabal members in there, I guess.
Well, the villain portion of Super Scroll gives a 400% piercing. You really just lose the ability block.
That's true.
The
That's true.
correct answer is Mephisto.
Mephisto, I heard him.
Mephisto?
You
Why
heard it here
Mephisto?
first.
What's this all about? What's up with Mephisto? Why would that be?
Because
Think
it's
I'm sorry,
Mephisto. You could put Mephisto with 4 hand minions
He's
and
a
he'll probably
villain?
still win.
Because he's a villain?
I kind of like, somebody mentioned putting MLF and Doctor Strange as the 4th and 5th on the Cabal team. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, for the
The
extra damage.
question was for this week, but while we don't have the leader.
Oh,
There
okay.
was a theme that said that.
Who would you put with Iron Patriot to really give that damage boost?
I don't know. Who are you going to use, Bendable? Don't keep me in suspense any longer. There's 270,000
Probably-
characters in this game. I don't have but 3 of them
Oh.
memorized.
The you know the Infinity Watch killing team that's like Lizard, Mysterio, Vulture, whatever.
Right?
Just throw Iron Patriot on there as your 5th with another symbiote, and they're gonna get pretty much boosted 50% to make that a little bit more efficient.
Yeah.
Sounds
Good call.
sounds like an idea. And apparently this Infinity Watch is going to be a pain in our side for years to
man.
come. They just
Hey,
won't go away.
If you wanna deal with this, you could do the extra damage that you could do. Spider Slayer and Shocker, they both give bonus damage. With Cabal, with Namor, and Iron Patriot, and then you would put a Dormammu for insurance on offense.
Yeah.
Because you really don't want to break up too many teams.
Yeah, but with the good news is with Cabal now is you can use full Superior 6 somewhere, and then you can use like Cabal and then Mysterio and Vulture on that
Yes.
team with Cabal
You-
to make a massive, like a really good quote unquote B team Superior 6.
That's where Spider Slayer and Shocker
Yep.
are probably going to go for me. Because that bonus damage is going to be fucking nuts.
I'm curious to see how the Cabal team works out. I think there's going to be a lot of fun theory crafting ideas, as you guys are obviously already on it. I want to see how they operate in the live server, because I think my testing in the playtest server was very inaccurate. we know that the showcase was broken. That was a terrible demonstration of the team. I don't know if they even got that working right yet.
I can't believe they did that.
I'm still excited for the team, and I love that Scopely is building teams that are reinforcing the idea of theory crafting, so I hope that continues. But I'm out of here. I'm sending everybody off to Mobile Gamer. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on Voice today on a double defense up, plus this extremely complex conversation about Crucible and even a little bit into war. It was definitely a good one. Yeah, appreciate it all. Appreciate the raids, the subs, and the follows, and even the biddies. Much appreciated, never expected. Have a great Monday and the rest of your week. I'll be here tomorrow, probably dicking around in Crucible and seeing what else is going on. Take care, guys.